Computers are like humans. They do everything except think. You don't have to be responsible for the world that you're in. Truth is much too complicated to allow anything but approximations. All stable processes we shall predict. All unstable processes we shall control. Young man, in mathematics you don't understand things. You just get used to them. There's no sense in being precise when you don't even know what you're talking about. There is no point in being precise if you do not even know what you are talking about. With 4 parameters I can fit an elephant, and with 5 I can make him wiggle his trunk. There probably is a God. Many things are easier to explain if there is than if there isn't. I am thinking about something much more important than bombs. I am thinking about computers. Problems are often stated in vague terms, because it is quite uncertain what the problems really are. Anyone who attempts to generate random numbers by deterministic means is, of course, living in a state of sin. I would like to make a confession which may seem immoral. I do not believe absolutely in Hilbert space anymore. If you tell me precisely what it is a machine cannot do, then I can always make a machine which will do just that. If people do not believe that mathematics is simple, it is only because they do not realize how complicated life is. When we talk mathematics, we may be discussing a secondary language built on the primary language of the nervous system. Technological possibilities are irresistible to man. If man can go to the moon, he will. If he can control the climate, he will. If one has really technically penetrated a subject, things that previously seemed in complete contrast might be purely mathematical transformations of each other. You insist that there is something a machine cannot do. If you tell me precisely what it is a machine cannot do, then I can always make a machine which will do just that. It is just as foolish to complain that people are selfish and treacherous as it is to complain that the magnetic field does not increase unless the electric field has a curl. Both are laws of nature. Science as well as technology will in the near and in the farther future increasingly turn from problems of intensity, substance, and energy to problems of structure, organization, information, and control. The total subject of mathematics is clearly too broad for any of us. I do not think that any mathematician since Gauss has covered it uniformly and fully. Even Hilbert did not, and all of us are of considerably lesser width, quite apart from the question of depth, than Hilbert. The calculus was the first achievement of modern mathematics, and it is difficult to overestimate its importance. I think it defines more unequivocally than anything else the inception of modern mathematics, and the system of mathematical analysis, which is its logical development, still constitutes the greatest technical advance in exact thinking. John von Neumann's remarks as keynote speaker at the first national meeting of the Association for Computing Machinery, 1947, as quoted in. By and large, it is uniformly true in mathematics that there is a time lapse between a mathematical discovery and the moment when it is useful, and that this lapse of time can be anything from 30 to 100 years, in some cases even more, and that the whole system seems to function without any direction, without any reference to usefulness, and without any desire to do things which are useful. The sciences do not try to explain, they hardly even try to interpret, they mainly make models. By a model is meant a mathematical construct which, with the addition of certain verbal interpretations, describes observed phenomena. The justification of such a mathematical construct is solely and precisely that it is expected to work, that is, correctly to describe phenomena from a reasonably wide area.